Welcome back to BBPN, where we cover the Blood Bowl that no one else will. I'm your host, Cadet Tank, and we have another great week of BBPN for you. This week we cover all 5 of the divisions. Kalisti's covering the VGP, Scar's covering the MCC, Ace is covering the Core Division. I'm covering the CDT. Yeah. Don't worry, I've gone better. And we have a special guest covering the DBB for the remainder of the season. That's right, special guest. I don't want to ruin it for you. Alright, with further ado, I hear Panda has something special cooked up in the corner. Let's see what's going on over there.
I got broads in Atlanta, she's the lean in the family, credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to Panda's Corner. Get it? Corn, like the blood god. I cracked myself up. Anyways, lads, I wanted to personally thank Ace for playing our wonderful game, even if I had to give you the patented Panda pity touchdown. I know. Dear listeners, you asked the glorious leader, why would I give a pity touchdown to Ace after crushing his will to live? I'm here to tell you, it's about self-esteem. If I didn't let Ace score at least one touchdown, I'd have the Cripple League all up in my grill. And man, we can't have that. They have midgets with spiked legs. So, on to our next topic, and rumor control once again. A well-connected source across the pond has fed us some delightful information. Bretts and Corn are 100% in for both the board game and tabletop tournaments. Anyone want to venture a guess as to who and what team is currently in the very first alpha stages of testing? I'll wait for it. No, I won't. We have the beautiful and the mighty Slanish. Some pretty nasty internal hubbub about the Bloodweiser babes being dismogrified due to the power of the warp. Some people of the Imperium are taking it far too personally for being a video game. Then again, we had that whole PETA versus the developers about the werewolves getting blocked and killed. I mean, Jesus, guys, get it together. They're fictional characters. The War Master Horus wouldn't put up with this, and neither should you. And to close up, and lastly, in December, we got a wonderful month, and big things are on the way. Looks like there's a lot of changes being tested for the Tier 3 teams, and our wonderful Amazon ladies might be getting their unicorns back. It's a pretty big might, but let's keep our paws crossed. More patches coming in, maybe November of early of next year, December. We should be getting more League Commissioner tools, and a ton of bug fixes should be on the way. And to top it all off, the World Cup might be making a comeback early in 2018, but only time will tell. Well, a short one this week, but thank you for tuning in, guys. This is Panda, signing off, and remember, pandas never lose, we only win less.
Nice job, Panda. I'm interested to see what comes up with that Slanish concept, but isn't there still Chaos Pack that they need to do? Or at least put in? Whatever. Anyway, so let's kick it over to Kalisti in the VGP division.
Hello and welcome to what promises to be yet another thrilling installment of action from the final match days of Season 9 NATTS League VGP Division. I'm your host, Kalisti Mayer, and we are literally right at the final stages of the round 1. I'm going to be covering match days 8 and 9 today, and this is it. We're now going to see the teams that are going through to round 2. We're going to see the teams that didn't quite make the grade, and there's probably going to be a few surprises. So without further ado, let's take a quick look at the schedule, and we can see that for match day 8 we had the White Niggets winning 1-0 over the Dirt Immortals. We had a 1-1 draw for Puss and Ball and the Lustrian Predators. We had Hey That's Nacho Cheese losing to the Maniacs Down Under, so it's a nice rat off almost. We also had the Marvellous Mohawks whipping Flinging the Flings, and then we had the Young Frankensteins winning 2-0 over Mind Ogre Matter. Moving on to match day 9, now all but one of the matches has been completed, and to be honest, the final result of that final game doesn't really sort of affect the who's going through and who's not. So we had the Lustrian Predators losing 2-1 to the White Niggets. So the White Niggets actually they've been underperforming all season, and then they at the very end of the round 1 they managed to pull out a win, a surprise win over the Lustrian Predators. And I believe the White Niggets, if we just go through the match days, they were actually winning the last few games, but they did have a dreadful start to their season. Where's the White Niggets there? Oh yep, they won 3-0 over the Flinging the Flings. They won over the Maniac. They won 3-1 over the Maniacs Down Under. So this is the real sort of late bloomer, the White Niggets. But anyway, they won that final game, and the Lustrian Predators were at the top of the table. So that was a big win for them. The Maniacs Down Under fell 2-1 to Der Mortals. I believe that was a little bit of a bum fight towards the bottom of the league. We're going to take it all out in a second. We still have Flinging the Flings and Puss and Bile yet to play, but as I said, this match doesn't really affect the order too much. Flinging the Flings aren't going to be making it through. Puss and Bile, whether they lose this game or not, are going to be going through. We then had Mind Ogre Matter losing 2-1 to Hey That's Nacho Cheese. So that's 2 games. The 2 games I'm covering today, Mind Ogre Matter did lose, but they did have a good set of wins earlier on in the season, or earlier on in this round. And then in true Elven Union Pro Elf fashion, and in true Majestic fashion, the Marvellous Mohawks destroyed the Young Frankensteins 5-0. So that pretty much covers all of the games for round 1. So let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. So we have at the top of the tables, we have the Marvellous Mohawks with Majestic 7-1-1. So they're going to be going through, they're the VGP Division champs. They're going to be going through to round 2, playing one of the 6th place teams in round 2 from another division. Then we have the Lustrian Predators, Corderus, coming in at 2nd place with 5-2-2. Then we have the White Niggets. Now, as I said, they started terribly this season, but they've had a late run of lots of wins. They found their form. I know Chaos Dwarves take a little while to get warmed up, so this wasn't a huge surprise. Dr. Helix is a great coach, but yeah, those games at the beginning of the season, they were just dreadful for him. Anyway, he comes in at 3rd at 4-1-4. Then we have Puss and Bile. Now, Puss and Bile, as I said, have yet to play their game. They're probably going to win. They will be, if they win, they'll be 4-4-1. So they will actually be in 3rd place. So they're going to switch places with the White Niggets. But, as I said, both teams are through. The Immortals come in at 5th place with 4-1-4. And they have played all their games, so they are pretty much locked in 5th place. The Maniacs Down Under, Warecaster, he's doing well with fairly well with the Underworld Denizens, and so he's come in at 4-0-5. And then we have the Young Frankensteins in 7th with 3-3-3. But what's this? Mind Ogre Matter has played all their games too, and they're at 4-0-5. As per the rules of the NATTS League, we have Daffo 97, we have Warecaster, we have Yarrick. They actually all have the same points value. Now, despite what the in-game screen is saying, it's placing Dafo ahead of Yarrick. Yarrick is actually placed higher than Dafo, 97. A win is counted more than 3 draws. It has more value than 3 draws. So it actually, despite what it says here in the in-game screen, I believe that Mind Over Matter is actually going to finish in that 7th spot ahead of the Young Frankensteins. Maybe even ahead of Warecaster, depending on how their game played out. So let's take a quick look. So Warecaster, let me see, when did you play Mind Over Ogre Matter? There we go. Oh, and the Maniacs Down Under won it 2-0. So the final rankings are going to be, depending on how Pass and Bile do, if they win, they're going to be placed ahead of the White Niggets. If they don't win, then they're going to they're going to be where they are right now. And then we're going to have Marvelous Mohawks, the Lustrian Predators, White Niggets, or Pass and Bile, and then the White Niggets, the Immortals, the Maniacs Down Under, and Mind Ogre Matter in 7th place, and that's the final spot for going through to round 2. So it looks like the Young Frankensteins, Hey That's Nacho Cheese, and Fling into Flings. This is time for us to say goodbye. It was wonderful having you around in the division, but that you're not leaving this division. You're just hitting the road. Great knowing you. We'll see you next season, and better luck next season. So for all the teams going through, obviously the Marvelous Mohawks are going to be finishing in first, so they're going to be playing one of the lower ranked or the lowest ranked team to go through to the second round from another division. And it's going to sort of, as we go down the list, so the Lustrian Predators are going to be playing a second worst team from another division. White Niggets or Pass and Bile, third worst team, so on and so forth. Now, this season, a little bit of a departure from previous seasons. It's only the top 6 that are going through to round 2 proper. The 7th place spot, which is going to be Mind Ogre Matter, is going through to a special round 7th place winner takes all bracket. So basically what's going to happen is that the 7th place from all 4 divisions, so that's CDT, VGP, Cord, and what's the other one? Oh my god, I can't remember. MCC. They're all going to be the 7th place finishers are going to be going into a sort of a winner takes all one spot going through to the playoffs. So whoever wins that little competition is going to be going through. So Mind Ogre Matter is going to be in that competition. The other 6, so Maniacs Down Under, the Immortals, Pass and Bile, White Niggets, the Lustrian Predators, Marvelous Mohawks, they're going to be going through to round 2 proper, and it's going to be the top 4 of 6 in round 2 are going to be going through to the playoffs. So this is a last gasp opportunity for Mind Ogre Matter. Hopefully he's going to make the most of it and do well. Maybe not too well, because I am actually also going to be in the round of 7th place finishers round. So hopefully I meet him in the finals and beat him and go through to the playoffs myself. Anyway, that's totally my biased and my biased opinion, but Mind Ogre Matter does have a chance there. Now, as I said last week, every week I've sort of been taking a spotlight look at teams. I think, let's see what teams I haven't done. I think maybe I'm just going to take a quick look at the White Niggets. They did have this late run where they were doing really well. I might have looked at them before, but let's just see how they're doing. So he's just gone guard. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of development, but he's gone guard for all of his blockers. His Bull Centaurs, he's got one out right now, which I think is just a miss next game. Yep, just to miss next game. But that one that is out for the first game of round 2, it has block. The other one, the Black Knight, he has agility plus block, so he's actually a reliable ball carrier. I wouldn't be surprised. He actually has a level up as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if sure hands was a thing there. Maybe something to capitalize on that agility up. We do have a sure hands hobgoblin, we have a dirty player hobgoblin, and we have another hobgoblin that's going to level. This is a decent team. He has 4 rerolls, 1 apothecary, 5 fan factor. Yeah, he could do pretty well in the second round. It seems that, historically and typically teams going through to round 2, they're not super developed. You don't have that much time to be super developed, but this is maybe a little bit underdeveloped for a team that's going through to the second round. Let's take a look at another team. Let's have a look. Let's take a look at the Marvelous Mohawks. They finished in the top spot, so let's take a quick look at them. Let's see where all of this 5-0, 4-0 wins are coming from. What skills are supporting that? I just want to take a quick look at the history. So we have 5-0, 4-1, 1-1. That was a draw and low scoring. 5-3, 1-0. 2-1, 3-0, 4-0. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Okay, so let's have a look at the team. We have Frankie Flash with Dodge and Dauntless. We have Saxon Swift with Dodge and Tackle. We have Fabricio Falcon. These names are sounding very familiar. Maybe I'll ask Majestic where they all come from, because Saxon Swift definitely sounds familiar. Anyway, Fabricio Falcon, or Fabricio, probably an Italian. He has Accurate. We also have Nitro Nick and Tommy Turbo and Ricardo Rapido. So Ricardo Rapido, he's another thrower. He hasn't got any skills yet. Tommy Turbo went for the dodge, or the blodge and sidestep, so blodge step on top of the Nerves of Steel and Catch. Same thing for Nitro Nick. We also have a third catcher who's just got dodge, but that's still a very good catcher. And then we have a lineman that's out right now. He has kick, so kick is an amazing skill. I keep on saying it. Hopefully more than just Majestic are going to cotton on to the fact that number 1 skill for linemen, kick on one of them. And then let's just see if there's one other team we can take a quick look at. Let's do the Immortals. I think we've probably already done them, but let's take another look at them. They are going through. So uppercase. Let's see how your Orc team has developed. Orcs always very, very powerful and very, very strong in NATTS. So we've got the thrower who's gotten block and agility up. We've got of the 4 blitzers, we have 1 that's not leveled yet, maybe a new replacement. We have 1 with Mighty Blow, 1 with Tackle, 1 with Guard. The Black Hawks, the 2 that have developed, have got Guard, and then we have a Troll with Guard. He's got another Black Hawk that's really close to leveling, and he really wants to try and get that Black Hawk level as soon as possible, just for another guard piece. If you can get one of this Black Hawk leveled, get block, it's going to make him more reliable. Yeah, once he gets block on like another Black Hawk or all 4 Black Hawks, it's just going to be a nightmare. This Blitzer with block, guard, is also a very, very good piece. He's also just about to level as well. We have the one with Tackle just about to level, so there's a lot of potential with this team. I'm sure he's going to do very well with them. Okay, so that about wraps it up. As I said, we know who's going through to the second round. We know who's going through to the special round. It's Yarrick. Hats off to Majestic and the Marvelous Mohawks. You won the division. Let's see if you can win the whole thing now. Okay, so that's all from me. And remember, there is there is scoring, and then there is Callisti scoring.
Well, you keep that scoring to yourself. Don't put up too many points against me when we play. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it over to Scar in the MCC.
Welcome everyone, Scar here, coming all the way from the void to show you every drop of blood shed in the MCC. With the final games in, we get to see the outcomes of the last matches for the first round. And then we get to see who gets the axe, and who has the privilege to die for our amusement. Kinda like him. Then finally, we get a sneak peek into the new meat coming into the MCC. This is going to be a lot of fun, so let's get started. I know everyone out there is eager to hear it, so let's start with the final results of this round. Starting with a bit of a shock, we have the Tigers managing to steal a 1-1 tie from the Bone Chewers. These ladies sure do know how to put up a good fight when the odds are really stacked against them. Next, the Big Rock Warpstone manages to win 1-0 versus Damaggot Scum, which is a very important win for these scavengers, and may just be enough to push them into the second round. Then, the GMX takes a concession from Freak Nasty. Something about angry chaos gods if rumors are to be believed, but there is no confirmation. Then, we have No Light Beers weathering the storm surge in a 1-0 victory. Looks like the dwarves are back to their good old selves and ready to start the next round swinging. And finally, the Dusk Grievers are enjoying their day off after their Harlequin forfeit. Moving on to the 9th and final day of the round, we start with the Chaos Infighting, and the Bone Chewers ended up gnawing on Freak Nasty 2-0, showing that chewing bones is more important than being freaks in the eyes of the Chaos Gods. Then, for Damaggot Scum versus No Light Beers here, we have another demonic stadium invasion. Everyone is disappointed at such an outcome, except for Damaggot Scum, but I'm sure they had nothing to do with the crisis. And then we have the Reavers destroying the Tigers 3-0. I guess it really doesn't matter how much blood you have on your team if you just can't get a touchdown. Then, Big Rock Warpstone finally gets their free win right at the end, guaranteeing a good start for the next round, if they make it. And finally, Storm Surge overpowers GMX at a 2-0 game. I guess the Skink's speed and maneuverability proved too much for these dodgy orcs. For the final placements, in the first round of the MCC, we have Ardor's Storm Surge at number 1. Then, Hog Stench's Bone Chewers United taking second place, with Big Grin's 42's No Light Beers here soundly in third. After that, it's Finn Hale's Dusk Grievers in a comfortable fourth place, followed by Greyheart's GMX in fifth. Then Damaggot Scum, surprising everyone by coming in at 6th. After that we have Zektaman's Big Rock Warpstone eking by at 7th place, which lands them in the Special Redemption Division. But that means that Gamma Goblin's Tight Like a Tiger, Ratchet Man's Freak Nasty, and Norman's Happy Harlequins are all out. I'm not really that surprised by Freak Nasty and the Harlequins considering their handicap at the beginning, but the Tigers had such a good start that I was sure that they were going to make it. But despite tying with 2 different dwarf teams and avoiding any deaths in Armor Value 17, they just fell apart at the very end. Now, for the teams that will be dying for our amusement in round 2, starting off with the Orc team, Da Immortals, by Uppercase. And it looks like a fairly standard orc team build with guard for the troll and the black orcs, and guard, tackle, and mighty blow for the blitzers. But the star player right now I see is the thrower, with a little bit of elf blood in him for those legit passing plays, and block. Then, oh, you look at this! Seems like the scum is sticking around for all the dirty plays and broken bones you could ever want. I see he still has every trick in the Goblin book. He also seems to have a very smart troll with both guard and grab. Very nice. Along with a gobo with catch. But the highlight here is a level 4 goblin with doubles for both block and sure hands. A wonderful piece for sure. I'm just not sure how much longer the guy's going to survive. Next up is Kodars's Amazon team, the Lustrian Predators, with blodge pretty much everywhere at this point, to make them as difficult to get down as possible. On top of that, we have a Blitzer with guard, and another with both Mighty Blow and Pile On. These layers also have a Catcher with Sidestep, and a linewoman with that all-important kick. But it seems like they didn't get away from the previous round completely unscathed, with 2 players with a +1 to injuries. That may be nothing, but it may also become a really big deal on the pitch, especially versus an opponent with a large amount of Mighty Blow. We'll have to wait and see. Then we have the Hippie Norse team, Peace Among Worlds, coached by our annoyingly unstoppable champion, Emoj. Sporting a very well-developed team, we have a Yeti with Mighty Blow, 2 Berserkers, one going with the standard Mighty Blow as well, but the second one lucky enough to get a +1 in Strength, along with 2 runners opting for the standard Blodge. We also have a lineman with +1 to Strength, but has suffered a -1 to armor value, which may become a big issue later on. Then we have another lineman that has opted for tackle and is sitting on the next level up. Should be interesting to see what Emoj picks for him. And finally, we have another lineman with kick. There is no development for the wannabe werewolves yet, but knowing Emoj, he probably has a plan and is going to walk into the playoffs at number 1. Here's hoping that that curse of mine for predictions is still working. Next up, we have the undead team, Dead Skin Mask, led by Goat Boy, and another well-developed team here. We have block all around, as should be seen. Even the mummies have gotten in on the block action, as well as one going farther with guard for when he inevitably gets stuck in. We also have a white with blodge and tackle, while the other white wasn't so lucky and went with Mighty Blow instead. This is a very promising team here, but it's up against a lot of good coaches and well-developed teams as well. That low movement may end up costing them. And finally, Ardor's Storm Surge is coming back as well. Very nice so far, but very lopsided, with a Crocs with guard, as well as that +1 to future injuries, 3 Sauruses with block, as well with 1 with frenzy, 1 with tackle, and the 3rd with Mighty Blow. It also seems like Ardor has greatly improved his skink problem, with 3 getting the predictable sidestep, 1 opting for sprint to get that all-important 1-turn touchdown, and 1 being the star of the team by getting both block and sure hands. If Ardor could just get those 3 lazy Sauruses to learn block, then I would say that this would be the strongest team here. Well, there is still time. Well, the darkness calls me back once again, and I think that is more than enough for one day anyway. Things will only continue to heat up from here on as the margin of error grows ever smaller. Who will come out on top of the pile of corpses? I honestly have no idea. That's half the fun of Blood Bowl. This is going to be quite the bloodbath. But until then, remember to never look at it in the eyes. Or is it don't stop looking it in the eyes. It's hard to remember with that creature. Back to you, Cadet.
Another great job, Scar. Man, how did the scum not bribe his way out of that division? I would've. Well, then again, I think they allow a lot more fouling in that division. Maybe he paid to stay. I don't know. But speaking of this scum, I believe he has some announcements for Games of the Week.
Good day, me fellow gobbos. Well, guess what? Week 7 and 8 of the NATTS Season 9 is finally in the cup, and finally we're into week number 9. Oh, it's even wrapping up, and believe it or not, it came right down to some of those final games deciding who are the qualifying top 6 teams of each division going into round 2. And we'll try and bring you some of those crazy, insane games to see you, well, just how many odds are broken, or legs, arms, all the good fun bits. So, tune on in and have a great time. Meanwhile, of course, over in the pit, that started up with a bit of a tally-ho and a scrum. So, have a good enjoyment watching over there. Don't know if those will be broadcast, depends how big the bribes are. Anyway, good luck all, and Nuffle bless your dice.
I'll look forward to seeing that run to action myself. Alright, let's see how the core division ended up.
Welcome everyone back to the core division, and we are finally down on BBPN with round 1 with season 9. So let's go ahead and take a leaderboard and see who's moving on. So at number 1, Superfed with a 7-1-1 record is moving on with the Wood Elves. Scar with his Bretonian Rock Rider is moving on at number 2. Cadet coming in at number 3 with his Vampire team. Goat Boy coming in at number 4 with his Undead. Kimry coming in at number 5 with the Splinter with the Kimry at number 5. Pumpkin at number 6 with the Norse. And Angry Panna coming in at number 7 and taking 7th. With myself coming in at 8th, I'm out. Humans out as he dropped. And Clad's out at 0-1-8. So, let's go ahead and look at the teams moving on, shall we? And let's start with the number 1 team, the Axemen. As you see, they got a tree. They have a level 3 War Dancer with Mighty Blow, Tackle. Level 4 one with Tackle, Strip Ball, and Juggernaut. A Treeman. A Catcher with Blodge. A Lineman with Block Kick. A Raj Lineman. 3 Wrestle Linemen, 1 having a minus movement. And a Dodge Lineman. 3 rules and the Apothecary. A full elf team going into round 2. So, that's already a plus, no journeyman. And they all have skills to survive unless he sees a lot of tackles. So, he's pretty much in the clear. He's actually a good chance to win it all with that kind of build. Then we look at the Rock Riders from Scar, the Bretonians. Come with 13 players. All Blitzers are level 3. Mighty Blow Pro. 3 Blodge, 2 with Sidestep, 1 with Sure Hands, Strip Ball and Kick Lineman, Blocker and a Kick Lineman, 3 rerolls and Apothecary. He's seen a bit of death, a bit of that, but with those Blitzers alone can carry the game on their back with everyone else just supporting them. Then we shall look at Weasaka's Cadet Tanks Vampire team. All but 1 Vampire is level 3. Vampire's coming with Blodge, Mighty Blow Pro. He gets Dodge, but he does have a minus movement. And a Wrestle Pro Vampire. 1 Thrall with Kick, 1 Thrall with a Niggle, and Dirty Player, another one with Russell, and another one with Tackle. But let's be honest, the main stars are here. Most of them have the skills they need. A few more dodge, a bit more mighty blow, a bit more block, and these vampires are good to go with the meat bags just there to help. Next, let's go ahead and look at Don't Give Me the Ball. So he does get a Tomb Guardian with a strength up already with Mighty Blow block. A strength 6 Tomb Guardian. He's going to be hard to remove. He's going to dominate that middle line. And he's probably going to be the best lineman in this entire game right now. A Tomb Guardian with guard and a Throw Raw with block and kickoff return. A Blitz Raw with a plus movement. That's always helpful. And a Skeleton with armor 8. 7 fan factor, 3 team rerolls. I don't see him getting far in second round, as Kimry do tend to have a little bit of issue staying alive. As all you gotta do is mark the Tomb Guardians, forget them, target their key players, and let's be honest, ball handling isn't their forte. But who knows? This is Blood Bowl, and I hope to see the best, Splinter. Next, we have the Asgard Agronauts by Pumpkin Escobar. Both Old Foreigners getting block, alignment with tackle, alignment with AB8, so he'll probably be the longest lasting of all of them. Alignment with Fend, alignment with, or a Berserker with a strength up. Alignment with tackle, alignment with Fend, and a runner with Blage Sure Hands. And then finally completing the roster with a Yeti. Norse, always a good team with all that block, but the lack of actual removal skills, only 2 tacklers. I could see him having a little bit of a hard time in the second round, especially with AB7. But he's shown he knows how to work them, so let's see what happens. VGP is on my bike, Mark III. Panda coming in with the Necromantics. Werewolf with Mighty Blow Claw. Flesh Golem with Blage Stand Firm. One of the most annoying combos. Both whites leveled up, one with guard, one with Mighty Blow. Ghoul with Strip Ball, Tackle, a Raw Strip Ball. 2 Dirty Player Zombies. Love you too. I could see the love is showing right here for me with a Kick Zombie. And a Blage Werewolf. All in all, it's a necromantic team with all that region. Hard to really win the numbers game versus him, but this is Panda. We all know he's going to fuck up somewhere, and I don't see him winning at all. Love you too, Panda. Next, let's look at Dead Skin Mask by Goat Boy, the Undead. So as you can see, one mummy with block, the other one with guard block, a Blage Ghoul, a block zombie, another block zombie, a Blage Tackle White, a Mighty Blow Tackle White, and another Blage Ghoul with 2 people missing, but they're just zombies missing, nothing of key importance. Get some loners, put them on there, add as fodder, and have your mummies and whites take care of the job of hitting people while your ghouls just run the ball everywhere. Good team. A few more. One more skill on each of these ghouls. They're going to be super hard to take down. Lots of good removal. Maybe one or 2 more guard, and this team is pretty much set and ready to take on round 2. And I believe that does it for the teams that are going on to round 2. My predictions, I see either... Honestly, I hate to say it, Axemen winning in round 2 for their division, because they're Wood Elves and Elf bullshit. But I could also see the Rock Rider Bretonians taking it up if he just gets a few more skills and winning his division. But those are my 2 favorites from the core division to win the entire championship. And I'll see you guys next time on BBPN.
Nice job, Ace. Look forward to hear back from you again with the new chord lineup next week. Man, that division was tough. Real tough. I know firsthand. And you went through it with Kelsliv. Oof. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and kick it over and see what's going on in the CTT division. Welcome back to the CDT division. I'm your man, Cadet Tank, covering probably the best division in the whole league, the CDT division. Yeah, I know. I did an intro twice in a row. Who cares? Sue me for it. Okay, so let's jump on this. As I look at our teams right now, I instantly know we have the best division to watch. There's no other division better to watch than this one. Look at who we got here. We got Hikaru, Scar, Storm, Angry Panda, the panda himself in my division. Get ready to get trash talked. Big Grin and Lando the Gambler. Let's see what's going on with these teams as they have finished the first round and earned their way to the second round. Only the top 4 will advance and the bottom 2 will drop out. So, you better put your shoes on and get ready to race. Alright, so we start off with Possum Bao with Hikaru, who has a pretty decent Nurgle team. I see that he went with Block, of course, instantly. Started working on his Killer Pestigore, has him Ball Handler, and Rodder with Wrestle. So, my next question comes is, does he buy another Pestigore? That is the big issue with me for Nurgle. As you buy all your positionals, your team becomes inflated. I hate it. By the time you get your third or fourth Pestigore, your freaking team is 100k more than everybody else. Always feels like it. And if they're not 100k more than everybody else, then you feel like, oh, I'm lacking the skills that everybody else has. But he has what he needs right now, his absolute minimum, and then maybe a third Pestigore to give that wrestle tackle to. But pretty soon his killer will be coming online. It'll be interesting to see if he gets a Mighty Blow or Guard for his second ability on these Nurgle Warriors. Stand Firm, man, that's a good skill to have on a beast. 2 rerolls, oof. Man, I am shocked that he made it this far with 2 rerolls. Every time I play Nurgle and I have 2 rerolls, I struggle because of dice. Okay, so I predict he'll probably do pretty well, but let's see what the other teams have for us. Scar, now I know this guy had a really good run last round. He even made somebody quit because he beat them so bad. So, here we go. A Blitzer with Mighty Blow and Pro. That's interesting choice that he put Pro on Blitzer. I don't see that happen often, but hey, let's see how it works out for him. And then, of course, Blodger Sidestep, Sure Hands. And then he has his 4 blockers, 1 with Strip Ball, and 5 linemen, and 1 with Kick. That kick skill's a big deal. A lot of people overlook it. I know it. Yeah, but like I said last round, he did really well. I believe he even whooped my ass one time. That's becoming a more consistent thing, everybody whipping my ass. But I expect him to do really well in this division. Chaos Dwarves, Storm braving the Chaos Dwarves. Now, I believe he already played a game, which we're not going to cover. We're not going to cover that till next week. Yes, believe it or not, I'm going to be hosting this division until it's over. So, here we go. We got 5 blockers, 1 hurt, 2 Bull Centaurs, 1 break tackle. Great ability to have on Bull Centaur. And my blow tackle. Wow, he's building that one be a Blitzer. Or not a Blitzer, but a killer. Well, I doubt he gives him pile on, right? So that wouldn't make sense. But I expect Block to be the next one here. Real guard heavy here. I'm pretty surprised that he went guard Stand Firm, but that's probably the more pro way to go versus guard, and mighty blow. Hobgoblin with dirty player, you gotta have one of those, right? And your ball handler, a hobgoblin with agility 4, sure hands, that is awesome. The mobility that you can make this team have with a hobgoblin with sure hands and agility 4. I wonder if he'll give him pass. That'll really give him some of a vertical threat with these hobgoblins. If not pass, then of course he'll go with block, and if he gets doubles, no doubt in my mind he'll probably get like dodge. Angry Panda VGP stole my bike Mark III. Oh man, this guy right here, I always enjoy watching him play. And we have a Wolf Claw Mighty Blow, probably going to die. Not die. Flesh Golem with block and blodge and stand firm. Oh my god, that's probably the most annoying player on this team. Stand corrected, I just looked down below. But as soon as he gets guard, he will be the most annoying player on this team. Block and guard. Block and mighty blow white. So 2 whites building how they normally would build, right? A ghoul with wrestle strip ball. That's a really smart play right here. This shows his veteranship, making one of his faster players a guy to bring you down. So we're probably going to expect to see what we're going to see probably tackle next, or block. No, not block. I'm sorry, he has wrestle, so probably tackle next. 2 fouling zombies. Hey, what's better than 1? 2. All zombies. A flesh golem with nothing. He's new. Oh man, I wonder what happened there. That kick skill again, you're going to see that a lot in veteran teams, or veteran players, I mean. And then you have your usual claw, block, blodge, werewolf. And he has 3 rerolls. Common thing, right? 3 rerolls. But you see right here, he's got 2 cheerleaders and 2 coaching assistants. So some players you see go 1-1 because when you roll the dice at the beginning, you always have a D3 chance, okay, plus your cheerleader plus your fame, to get the extra reroll on a kickoff if the event happens. So having 1 is a really big deal. Getting a +1 on D3 roll. This guy is so greedy that he wants a +2, but now we're talking that's 40k. Is it worth it for 40k? That's another zombie on the field. Versus you don't get that a kickoff event all the time, but I guess if you do get it, that's 70k worth added to you. So risky, but hey, to each his own there. Alright, so No Light Beers. Let's see, by Big Run 42. Oh no, he's a dwarf player. You know what I think about dwarves? They're great for the playoffs. They just don't go anywhere else. Alright, so Big Grin, you can see right here already showing his veteranness. A lot of people would not pick up diving tackle. They would pick up dodge instead. Cadet, why would you pick up why wouldn't you pick up dodge? That's like the best agility skill. No sir. When you have a slow team, diving tackle was essential for those to play against fast players, to keep them from dodging away from you, for outmaneuvering you. So diving tackle, huge. And that's, like I said, normally it helps more on like a strength 4 player, because who are you going to dodge away from? Probably strength 4 or strength 5. And you normally will block off a strength 3. But there's plenty of situations where a diving tackle player, strength 3, will be helpful. And then you have mighty blow, usual. 2 runners with sure hands. Okay. And block. That's big deal for a runner, block. And then your usual guard on all your linemen. That's the thing about dwarves. They pick up guards, so you really have to spread them out. But it's hard. Some people have a real hard time with dwarves because they're not sure how to position against them. So I expect Bickering to do well. I expect all these coaches to do well, actually, because they're all veteran players, and you can see as you go through their lineups and what skills they picked, that they picked a lot of skills that newer players normally wouldn't pick. So let's go on to the Cold War captains with Lando Gambler. And Lando, I've been following and has done a really good job with this team. I'm surprised at how well he's done with these. God, they're not slans. Wave you want to call them Kelsliv. God, why couldn't they just kept him a slan? I'm sure the scum knows why. So, anyway. 2 blitzers. One that's hurt with AV7. Not that big of a deal, I guess. But he has block at least. And then a blodger with AG4. That's a big deal because now he's going to be able to jump in and hit your ball carrier on a 87% chance. So a 5+. I mean, not 5+, but a 2+. Sorry, got dyslexic. And then, man, catchers with dodge, of course. Your big guy. That's a pretty good big guy, right? Then we have, he split it up. 2 catchers. I would have as many catchers on this team as I can get. 3 blitzers now. Tackle. Of course, you gotta have tackle. And then alignment with Russell. Then alignment with guard and block. And 4 rerolls. So I imagine that's above average. To me, anything above 3 is above average. So I imagine he does a lot of risky stuff in here. And I'm sure there's going to be a change to the team. At 200k, he's probably going to either buy something to build up his club or give him a 12th player. Me, myself, I'd probably pick up a 12th player since this is league play and not CCL play. Nobody cares about CCL. So, honestly, if you ask me, Cadet, who do you think isn't going to make the cut? I think Hikaru is going to struggle the most. He already has the winter under his belt, but we're not paying attention to that. He's probably going to have the hardest time struggling because he's got to fight these dwarves right here. And they're going to have guard. And he's going to play a very bashy physical game against these two. So I just don't see them winning. Scar's really good with his Bretonian team. Lando's probably going to have a hard time too. I'm going to go with right now Hikaru and Lando falls out. Right now, I instantly am going to regret picking Lando because he did so well last round. But I just don't know how well his team compares to what's here now. Alright, so that is everything for CDT division. I look forward to next week. Back to me at the studio. That was the CDT division. Now we move on to our 5th and final division. It's a special division that has the 7th ranked players in each division put together where they will compete for only 3 days. They have 3 days of madness before their playoff lives start. At the end of 3 days, we'll rank them. They will play a 4-man tourney, and the winner of that 4-man tourney will move on to the NATTS playoffs. So you can say, after 3 days, their playoff lives start. So the action for this division starts early, and because this division is special, we had to get a special announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, the DBB division.
Well, good day there, me fellow hooligans. Well, it looks like someone's been picked to cover the special division, and I'll tell you, they're special, alright. Special that definitely, Nuffle, when it came to the balls, well, let's face it, Nuffle just, unzipped his fly and put big, airy, sweaty ones on their foreheads, most of the entire teams. But let's take a look at who actually has survived as the 7th place finisher, and they've got another crack at it, and let's see who we've got here. Congratulations, who's here? Well, let's take a look here. Team number 1, it's the young Frankensteins here. Bunch of wonderful Necro gathering here. And a quick little peek, and let's review what the punters have actually got here. Look, it's not a bad team. Once again, as pointed out, some people just didn't have any luck. Okay, they had luck all bad. So, taking a look here at Gander, he's got the anti-block on the flesh golems there. They can definitely take the piss out of you and stand there all day, giving it and taking it, just the way she likes it. And of course, here, he's got gold on the right. Why has he got gold instead of money blow? It's because of all this. He's got block up and down on all these zombies. It's a rather scary skill. He's even got the kick for positioning the play. But as you know, here, goals, no skills. He's got the rerolls. He's got a decent fan factor, and he's even got some assistance here. It might actually do something decent. Well done. Who's next? Oh, look, we got another one here. Don't give me the ball. And yes, this is the Kimberley team. Yet another team that, quite frankly, loves going all in, all the time. And we'll carry away, outfleeting a death. Well, unfortunately, the biggest problem this team ran into all year was, well, quite frankly, people keep running away. I don't blame them. Look at this little chap here. He must have the shortest back in the entire team because he's getting it all bloody season. And look what he's got. Money blow, the strength increase, and of course block. All he needs to do is survive long enough, get break tackle, and you have a player who can break any cage on a 2. He can dodge straight in, get indeed 2 dice it, even if both the other people have guard. Question is, will he get there? Well, we'll see. As for the rest of them, he's only got the 1 here with guard. The rest, it's not happening. And of course, he's got the thrower, the other lad, and then the rest of the team, well, one can move a little faster. It's a good idea. But the other one, well, frankly, armor. His biggest problem, trying to actually handle the balls. Quick little drink here. Refreshing indeed. Right, now here we go. Big Rock Whop Stone Mountain. Absolutely a brilliantly designed team by the great and incredible Zach Daman. But as you can tell, well, he had one of those seasons too. Nuffle just didn't like him. Nuffle just didn't like his team. And there's nothing wrong with it. Let's take a gander. He's gotten the claw on the quick, easy roll here for the trolls. You know what he does well. The storm vermin are doing the best they can. He's even got the Skaven throwers doing the best they can with a couple of one with strong arm. Unfortunately, well, he's been a brave lad, so he's eaten a niggler for his troubles. Meanwhile, look in here, he's even managed to mutate Orns on the Skaven lineman for the quick, cheeky little blitzes occasionally. And looking here, not 1 but 2 gobos here, with 2 heads for the brilliant dodge. If they can survive long enough and get the next mutation, big and, well, suddenly you're going to see the most skinniest, ugliest, mine, it's bloody mine team you've ever seen. Yes, look that one up. Good rerolls, he's got the Apothecary, fans still love him. Trust me, I adore him. I just had one for seasons. And finally, of course, you got it. One of the ogre teams is here, bravely standing forward here. And look at the carnage he has stacked up here over the season of 5 key ogres he's got here. He's got the new addition he's brought in. Look at the break tackle. He's even got one with a block too with God. And then, of course, there's the Snotlings. Yes, I'm going to call them Snotlings. Piss on you there. And look what they've got. Well, he's got Nerd. And these, well, he's got Catch. So he's the one who gets handed the ball before he throws him somewhere. What's you doing with block? Great. It's a Snotling that dreams of someday being a real player. You know what's surprising is he's probably done a miracle cage dodge once or twice and even gotten away with it. So don't laugh. It's happened. So there you go. What's going to be in the Face It Special Division. And we'll catch you all. Biggest predictions on the matchups here. First game, Sector Man here is probably going to win their first matchup just on sheer ball handling. And the rest, it's going to be a sluggy match. Good luck, you all. You definitely deserve another crack at it.
Man, 3 games of action and then takes off. I can't wait. Man, I almost want to be in that division. Almost. Alright, so that's it for BBPN this week. Feel free, leave comments below if you want to join the league. We'll tell you how to join the league. If you have any questions, leave questions. Alright, that's it. This is Cadet Tank. I'm out.